Welcome, Wargamers. Join your hosts, Bonko and Monte, two Canadian wargaming enthusiasts, as we explore all aspects of tabletop wargaming. We roll dice, talk tactics, share hobby hacks, and explore new tabletop systems, all on the Trident Wargaming Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Trident Wargaming here again. I'm Andy, and with me is Jason once again. How's it going, Jason?
Howdy.
So, what's new? What's happening? How's it going? What have you been doing?
Oh, taking a break from Stalingrad scenery for a little bit, and working on some planes for Blood Red Skies.
He has, right there.
Yeah. Couple
So,
I did up for.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know about that story a little later in the episode. But
That's been kind of my hobby, and has been fiddling around and with little planes, a big departure from huge scenery projects.
Nice.
What about you?
Oh, you know, the usual. A little bit of everything. Some non-bolt action stuff, of course.
Yeah.
I got a couple of events to get ready for and whatnot. Got to bust out some Soviets here right away. Acquired not too long ago a British airborne force from one of the local players that was passing them over to another player, so I was able to snag that. Otherwise, yeah, just trying to get more Germans prepped to finish off that winter army, and also getting info and whatnot prepped for our local community campaign that is going to be starting at the end of May here. I believe I have it marked for the 25th.
Excellent.
So, in tradition, of course, with both me and Jason doing our Stalingrad thing, you know, between us two, we decided that, hey, let's incorporate the community into doing a campaign. And since it's already set up for it by Warlord Games, let's try it out. Let's get it going, right? You know, gaming's back in action, of course, in the store, has been for a bit now. So now we're just trying to kind of rebuild the community and bring stuff out for more options and more game time. And we have these theater books. We might as well, you know, campaign books. We might as well start playing them, right?
Might as well use them.
Mm-hmm.
They give you a beefy campaign system in the back to refight Stalingrad. It's fairly simple with not a lot of office work associated with it.
Yeah, the bookkeeping.
So bookkeeping is pretty light, which is nice. It's not that complex, but still, I think I'm hoping, I can't tell because I haven't done it yet, but I'm hoping it will give us a feeling of fighting over the city. I hope that people are amped up and not angry at their loss, but at least comically angry. You know, they get invested in the games.
Yeah.
I think it should be fun. I like how it works out, so I'm looking, or how it looks like it works out. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we have a pretty good group for the community, right? They're quite good for being gamers and whatnot, and participating in, like, they're just out there having fun, right? Like, just like us. We love playing the game. We love making the sceneries and terrain, and like just having that good battle with our opponent and having a good night kind of thing, right? So nice thing with this is, you know, we've talked about it before. We'll edit a little bit the the scenarios, the missions, or even the army selections, just to be able to incorporate all the players that want to be involved, even if they don't have the armies for the battles. So,
Yeah.
because you want to include everybody, right? And like we have a good community here. Not everybody has come back to playing, so our numbers are a little smaller. But everybody who's interested in getting involved, they're definitely in for the long haul in it. So it'll be fun. It's the first one, I believe, for the community here. We've had other events in the past held by other sergeants and other members of the community, and mainly tournaments and like narrative kind of events. So an actual campaign is going to be pretty neat to bust out, and definitely planning on having more of that in the future. So lots of goodies to come. A lot of planning to do as well. So, and of course, building terrain. That's the big kicker, I think. Jason's the expert at that. So,
Jeez.
but I need to get my ass in gear for that as well.
Oof. At least for our personal games, at least our next couple scenarios, we have all the terrain already.
Yep.
So that'll be nice and easy peasy. A nice little break when we do our next scenario. Is at least as far as building a city worth of
no kidding.
terrain goes. Then from here it's pretty much add a building to kind of match the scenario, add a element to make it more picturesque, or to bring out the scene a little bit more, instead of fill the bare bones. I don't have to worry about that, at least. So it'll be a little more fun too to get into, a little more fun, a little less stressful, doing the terrain for those battles moving forward, which is nice. And then we're sitting at the end of this. We'll be sitting on top of, anything you'll ever need, pretty much, for a city fight. I hope.
Well, yeah, no kidding. Definitely. I know. Still got a big portion to build with that tractor factory still, which has been sitting in the crate for I don't know how long now. But I got part of it was built. I started to build it, and then other projects just kind of took shape. But going forward, speaking of events and whatnot, locally, and funny enough, I have only actually encountered and talked, I should say, with our sister group, by the looks of it, down south in Calgary. So I had a Dana Little actually contact me, and it's from the Ogre's Den World War II and Weird War II gaming group. It's another Facebook page here for Alberta. And they're based in Calgary. They're doing a lot of events now too. They have an Alberta Classic. That's May 29th. That's happening there. So it's good to see that there's another group close to us, 3 hours away pretty much, that we can hopefully get together and incorporate, events and tournaments and gatherings. So if you're interested in that and you want to make the trip, sign up. There's a link on our Facebook page as well. I'll actually post that on Trident as well, see if there's any interest there. But good to see that happening. Some good prizes in that one too, I've seen. So nice, lot of little box sets, and a couple of local gaming stores down in Calgary have pitched in some prizes, so that's good to see. Good support. There's also the abroad, the Warlord events that are happening. Looks like I guess Huzzah 2022 is actually probably last weekend it happened, so just going off the list here. Partisan, that is in the UK. That's in May 22nd. UK Games Expo, June 3rd to 5th. Paracon 2022, that's in Poland. Phalanx in the UK, that's June 18th. A lot of this you can find on the Warlord site. So 3E Convention, it's France Bolt Action Championship. That is also June 25th, 26th. Attack 2022 is July in the UK. And then you have a few more in the UK. You got the English Nationals, Scottish Nationals, and the London GT. That's August, September, October. So a fair bit of events happening throughout the year, mainly in the Europe, UK area. I'm sure the States have a lot of it going too. It'd be nice to see a lot of that kind of happen here as well in Canada. But I think we're still a bit of a fledgling area for some tournaments, especially out west here.
Yeah, I think we suffer from, the space between communities. Our population density is, let's say, light.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
we don't have the the capacity to pull on as many gamers in such a small area. Even for us, we're in a city, so we have some. We're better off than a lot of people. But it's a 3-hour drive to do the sister tournament, which isn't crazy, but not everybody can accommodate that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially with kind of the way things are going nowadays too, but people will do it regardless. I'm hoping, and I know I talked with Bill a lot about this because we're always continuously planning. But we're always planning to see if we can do kind of a games day where we have multiple systems. Bringing a few tables in of multiple systems and have one of those game days so everybody come in and play and whatnot. And I'm hoping that will happen down the road. So, because I do know we have some tournaments planned for later in the year of different systems, and Bolt Action is one of them. So it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, so I guess there's a few releases and stuff that Warlord is coming out with or shipping. One of the big ones is the Combined Arms.
Yeah.
So everybody's looking forward to that. There's been a couple of videos out there already of how the game plays. A couple of articles as well with showing off the cards and how it plays. And the great thing about it is it's a game on its own, but it also has the capacity to play as a campaign with the systems for Warlord Games, Bolt Action, Blood Red Skies, Victory at Sea, and I believe Cruel Seas as well. So, and the beautiful part about it is if, you play one of the systems and you don't have the other systems, the campaign itself, the card, the game itself will allow you to move your campaign forward by using the content that's in Combined Arms. Which is a really smart way of doing things. It looks great. I can definitely see people, other content creators and other gamers, house ruling stuff and like actually modifying stuff to fit kind of their own campaigns. I'm sure we will. So it's great that it's coming. I got confirmation that mine's on my way. So so hopefully it'll show up here in the next little bit. But it's a cool idea. It's something that we've been waiting for a while. and very excited to see it come out. Pretty much going to be sitting down with Jason, going through it, and probably have like a whole episode on it. So it'll be good.
Excellent.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to share and bring into the community and whatnot, right? So we might not do it like right away with the current campaign, but it allows us at least to go through it, play it ourselves, test the waters out, and then apply it to something that we want to do and whatnot. So yeah, and then kind of get some things going with that. So I know you're excited to see that one too, AJ.
Oh yeah, I have my Red Claw should be getting my copy in too, so I am excited. Just for the kind of just a simple campaign system. And a way to link games, because I am an idiot and have all of those games. I actually have substantial portions for all of those games. So, yeah, I'm ready to play it. And I've already heard people say things like, "Oh, with that coming out, I have to get my Blood Red Skies going.
Yeah.
I have to get my uh, Victory at Sea fleet up and running for that." So yeah, I think I mean, I'm excited game wise, but what a smart friggin'
Move
move
for
for Warlord.
for promoting their other systems and sales too. I bet for sure.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is true. That is very
'Cause they,
true.
I mean, they give you the mechanic like you can play a card and this counts as whatever. Your battle is over. That's cool. Okay. But you can't play that card and not think, oh man, what if I played that game?
Yeah.
It's like in a video game, like a strategy video game where you can auto complete a battle.
Yes.
You auto fight a battle. You always feel gypped.
Yeah.
When you auto fight it, because you're like, I could have done better. Of course, I mean I'm terrible, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done better. But you always feel like you missed out. So I mean, genius, and I'm excited. I'm excited to play a campaign. Hopefully, that can incorporate all of those aspects, or at least parts of it, depending on where the campaign takes place. And
for sure. And a couple things came to mind as you're talking about it. The thing that the beauty about this this system, the game, and whatnot, and what Warlord's doing is, if you and me are playing, and we have Blood Red Skies, we have our Air Force and stuff like that, we can play it, we can do it, right? But if two of our other buddies are playing and they're doing kind of the same battle or whatever, and if they don't have it, well, they don't have to do it. They can do some other battle, right? Nobody's tied into whatever. The second thing is, this is a great way to get other players in the community who play other games, that are incorporated in this, of course, the classic bolt action, all that stuff, right? But it's a great way of getting people to try out the other games.
Yeah, or even
right?
just see, like, if we have 4 guys in the campaign and maybe only 2 of us have fleets, well, the other 2 can use the built-in mechanic.
Oh, for sure. But even
they
even
can watch us play, and boom, they're invested in watching because they want to see, I assume we're on teams,
yeah, exactly.
They want to see us succeed or see you go down in flames. And that makes the game a bit more exciting. Might pull them in a little bit, which I'm not against. Having more people play the games that I play.
Well, exactly, right?
Selfishly, that's
well,
that's
it's just like just this last week, we decided to actually play Blood Red Skies.
Yeah.
I had bought it a while ago. I know Jason has bought it a while ago. Never played it. It's just most of the time anything new comes out, I'm like, yeah, mine, right? I'll buy it. right? Especially when it comes to World War II and stuff, right? But we played it, and it's now going to be one of those games where I'm looking at, okay, time to start reading some books, time to start looking in what miniatures are out there, building and buying some forces, right? It's a low model count, so I mean, it's pretty quick to paint, even though, Jason did drop off one hell of a gift. So, so we were playing, and Jason had brought a tray, and he knows how much I love my French army. I'm going to put that right there. It'll probably be in the thumbnail. But he painted up a force of French fighters, which is pretty cool. And again, thank you.
No worries.
But that's how quickly you were able to put the game together and play, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, with this system coming out, I'm hoping that it will have other people kind of interested in the other games and get that going, right? So, very excited for it. It's one of their releases that I think is most people are excited about to get hands on, and luckily enough, it's being shipped out. So, pretty cool.
Sweet.
They did have some other stuff being shipped out and released as well. I guess more Italian units. They had the Italian snipers and light mortars, some anti-tank rifles as well, and then of course the Elefantino 47mm AT gun. So they're shipping those out too. So the Italians got a pretty big boost for miniatures over the last probably couple months, which is great. And then what else we got here?
I love their observer, by the way. Their forward observer team looks dynamite. That big stupid radio, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I gotta get an Italian. Shut up, Jason. Stop it. I gotta get an Italian army. Stop it. That's...
No, I hear you. There's a lot of definitely a lot of miniatures out there that are kind of itching at you, like, ooh, I can start a new army, but I have 5 other armies that I need to work on.
Yeah. And those the other thing, those Opal truck variants got me looking too. There's nothing I need less than these vehicles, but the Opal Blitz radio truck, the fuel Bowser, the ambulance.
Yeah.
Or you can get them as a set. I mean, I don't need them, but I really, really want them. Actually, I can't think of a single reason why I would use them, but I really, really want them. So
nice.
They look great.
Yeah, it was funny because I was on the hunt just for a regular Opal for transports, right? But the store didn't have any, and I think they got some in, but haven't been at the store in the last few days. So, but yeah, more minis coming. I do know that they did make an announcement that they are not making, or they're stopping production of a lot of their resin tanks and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking for those, if you like those, get your hands on them while you can. I'm hoping to see more plastic starting to come out, but we'll have to wait and see. So I guess that's kind of news from the front of what's coming out and what's happening. Meat and potatoes of the episode, though, is going to be more concentrated on our game of Blood Red Skies. So, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
totally was unexpected. I didn't know how it was going to go because I never really peeked at any of the rules or anything. But to my surprise, it was really really fun. The game itself, now, prior to playing Blood Red Skies, I have heard a couple of people saying, "Oh, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, blah 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 blah." Right? Of course, I never really go with that. I got to play it myself. But I did play. What was that game called? Beg the Hun, which is another aerial combat game.
Two Fat Lardies.
Two Fat Lardies. Great game, very detailed. Hex based, I believe, whole bunch of maneuvers. Yeah. But again, almost too much, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that, which is cool. But going back to Blood Red Skies, just a general overview. I liked how it was quick to pick up, low model count. Rule set's fairly easy to figure out, but has a bit of depth in it still as well. And that was just breaking the ice. Like, we just had a very simplistic, run-of-the-mill kind of game, right? So, but I know, Jason, you had played it with your son.
Yeah, I have my son is 9, Elias.
Mm-hmm.
And we started maybe 2 months ago. I had the starter set, and I was like, let's just play it. But why not? I got the models, so I cracked them out. They're already, assembled and everything. You can put them right on the stand and start playing. So him and I just opened the book, and it's actually 3 little books in the Battle of Britain set, and sorted through a couple of scenarios and got it. He got it really fast. He's better than me, which is annoying, but and it was just a blast. He had a lot of fun with it. I have a lot of fun with it. I feel like it's very cinematic. Like, you can imagine the fight unfolding, as the planes are moving and you're gaining advantage or losing advantage, and planes are getting behind you and getting a tailing solution, and just shooting you down. It's a lot of fun, and we're kind of now at the point where we got the game. We I think we both know all of the rules. We're both comfortable with it, Elias and I. And so we started. We found a campaign system that they put up on Warlord's site.
Nice.
Where it follows a squadron.
Okay.
So you start out. We're doing the Battle of Britain. They have each turn in this campaign is 1 month, and and there's progression in the campaign as you move forward. Each month, or each year, is broken into 3 sections: early, mid, and late. And each section might have new planes available to you.
Nice.
So, for instance, at the beginning, Elias has available to him the Spitfire as a limited quantity, which means he can only have half of his planes can be Spitfires. Or he has Hurricane Mark 1s as an unlimited quantity. So he has access to those planes. But moving forward, he'll get access to newer versions of the Hurricane.
Okay. Yep.
And that Spitfire will move from a limited quantity to an unlimited quantity. So he'll have access to be able to have the whole squadron be Spitfires if he wants to, or choose different ones. And I'm, of course, the German, so a little bit more boring. I have the BF 109E for almost all of the campaign, and then for one section of it, I'll have access to the BF 109F. But it's super neat. Oh, and we have the 110s, but I don't have any models for that. So the BF 110 I have access to as well, but I don't have those models. So you
Minis,
can
yeah.
go through that, and so you get access to limited aircraft. You're not allowed to everything, but it also progresses, and your pilots gain experience for the things they do in the game, and they can get shot down. And when they get shot down in the game, a plane gets shot down in the game, you have to roll after the game is over to see what happened to that plane. Did it like explode? Did your guy have a chance to bail out? And if you don't have the home advantage card in your deck, you might have bailed out over enemy territory and might have become a prisoner of war.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
it's really fun. So we did our first game of that today, and we both had one plane shot down,
Hmm.
and both of them died, and we did an audible gasp when we rolled the first death. We both like covered our mouth in shock and horror that
You lost the
poor
pilot.
I think his name was Kenneth English was the guy's name, and he's toast. We had to mark KIA next to him. Poor
Hmm.
Kenneth is no more. And yeah, it was really fun. We both got a kick out of it, and we're excited. Probably going to do the second campaign game tomorrow.
Nice. Nice. That's pretty cool. That's good to hear that they have done that, like they've gone into that. I know they have another rule book out with more scenarios and stuff like that
Oh
too.
yeah, Airstrike. Yeah,
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to take a look into and deep dive into it, because I foresee us getting a few more games of that in for sure. Might even have to switch it up here and there once in a while, and definitely try to get it going in the store possibly, you know, a
yeah.
little bit more. But the beauty
And it,
about it too is just like the French fighters that you had given me there, those you 3D printed. That's
yeah,
correct, right?
yeah, yeah. They're not
So
available through Warlord, so
so if you want to dive into that a little, Jay, because I know um, you looked at another group, another podcast you were listening to there.
yeah. Lead Pursuit.
Right.
They talk all about Blood Red Skies. Super interesting. I'm kind of starting from their first episode because they started. They went to Adepticon a couple years ago and got a demo game from John Russell and bought the game, and on their way home decided to start a podcast about the game. And so I'm listening to their progression about learning about the game, and now they know a lot. So it's actually kind of helpful
Nice.
uh, for me to kind of hear how they progressed and the rules as they learn them and explore them, which is fun. And then they also have all sorts of resources on their site too, like airplane cards for the planes that aren't released by Warlord, uh, like those D520s for the French that you have.
Yeah.
Uh, so we're able to use them in the game. And like a resource list of a whole bunch of different sites and nice.
Yeah.
Uh, where you can get models, and I got the decals off of a guy from their site that they recommended, and they're super awesome and super fast. Miscellaneous miniatures, and super cheap. It's like $5 a decal sheet, $5 American, and they I think I ordered it on a Monday or Tuesday, and by the Thursday, I got a message saying that it was in the mail, and by the middle of next week, I had it in my mailbox.
That's pretty good.
Uh,
Yeah.
and free shipping, like it was an envelope, a stamp. So
Yeah.
I can't complain about that at all. Um, and they're all. I mean, the decals were great. They worked amazingly.
No, for sure.
Uh,
That's pretty cool
so
that they did that. They have that out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the plane itself, I found it's called the Plane Printer. It's a guy. He has a Patreon, and he has all sorts of obscure and planes that aren't uh, uh, put out by Warlord. And there's Rockworks is another company, and they have a bunch of 3D printed planes where you can buy the STLs from.
That's always handy. Yeah.
So nice and easy peasy. I think it's like $15 or something for a STL, but you can print forever, I guess.
I foresee a whole bunch of different forces in Jason's future.
Well, I did print maybe 50 or 60 airplanes so far.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Plus all the
cool.
ones that I've bought on top of my regular squadrons and the midway set, and
That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of aces, and
Speaking of that, that's a cool thing that's in the game is the different pilot skill levels, I guess.
yeah, I like it.
In the system, it's very simple, really. You have your inexperienced, your veterans, and whatnot,
And it's
and your
important.
aces, right?
Yeah, it's important too because it applies to almost everything you do.
Yeah.
Almost every role you do in that game, you apply that pilot skill. So, and actually, I'm saying almost, it actually is every role you apply your pilot skills. So,
Hmm.
there's a big difference between ace pilot and a rookie pilot. Plus, the aces get ace cards. They get access to ace cards. We didn't use them in our game because we were just, you know, uh, keeping it a little bit light.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get access to a random ace card.
Yeah, and
Uh,
the game's pretty cool for that, where it does have a small little deck and cards specific for your forces and the abilities that it allows you to do, kind of thing, right? um that's another aspect of the game, which it makes it pretty interesting because you can start you look at the battlefield, right? And you're like, okay, I can use this card and apply it here, and I can get two or three of my fighters on Jason's fighter that I just took the advantage from, right? And now I can try to start doing some damage. But the thing that's cool about the game is it's not so much about the kill, right? It's you're pretty much trying to get those chits on your opponent, and then trying to force him to pretty much, you know, um,
Disengage.
disengage, or like in that game, it so happened that I had you at so many markers, and I just happened to take some shots at your one fighter, and it was finally after, like, I don't know, 4 times of rolling that you finally failed.
Yeah,
Right. That your plane crashed, and that was the game, right?
yeah.
That was it. So it's pretty neat that you start looking at where the planes are, who has the advantage, who has the disadvantage, what my maneuvers are. Do I have to, like, book it out of there because it's just a huge furball?
Yeah.
Where's the dogfight happening? How many can I do a certain thing in order to bring your plane down, to a disadvantage, which would let my other planes, target him and start doing some work, right? So that's where the little bit of in-depth part of it starts going into, because now you're starting to look at the advanced play afterwards, right? Like, okay, well, Jason's fighters are a lot faster,
Hey,
hey, a lot
it's a
faster.
fuselage, not a
Yeah.
fuselage.
So, we had to look at, like myself, I had to look, okay, well, Jason's fighters are a lot faster than mine. They got the most of them got the advantage, and a lot of mine were at a disadvantage right off the bat. Right. Luckily enough, we weren't so close that it was really, really going to hamper me. But when you start looking at it, like all his fighters are moving and they're taking shots and stuff like that, it's like, okay, we got to shake this up. We got to get them off our tails. We got to bring them down a little bit and fight back, right? So pretty neat, a slight little bit of complexity to the game with that aspect, which is really cool. And like I said, there's no big high model count, so it's an easy game to play, to set up, roll out. I can just imagine larger forces, like multiple squadrons.
Well, that's the thing too. It's not a high model count for entry, but you can go as high as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can have multiple squadrons.
Yeah.
If you so wanted to. I kind of like actually the smaller. Not that, well, to be fair, I'm saying that without having played a large game. So maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I would like the, or at least I'm liking it now, the smaller sized games.
Yeah, it's
Watching
kind of
them.
like a skirmish, right? Like it's like a skirmish game in a sense, where it's pretty quick to set up and to play, and you just have a good time with it. But
yeah, and it's perfect in that sense too for Elias and I, because he can get home from school, and we can bang out a game easy before supper, and he still have time to do his homework, before supper.
Nice.
Where I can't always, he does play bolt action with me sometimes, but I mean that's a much larger commitment. We gotta wait for kind of a weekend to be able to do
it's a
that.
weekend thing. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
the Blood Red Skies we can just crack out right, yeah, pretty nearly any time.
Nice, and that's cool. Like, and like I've said before, because I played against Elias at the store there. On the nights that you bring them, and it's been a long time. Like I said before, it's been a long time since I've seen a young general come out, and play games like that. You don't see it anymore, right?
Yeah, not that often.
No,
He's just pleased as punch to be there, like so excited, and just, I mean, the whole car ride home is blah 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 blah, and then this happened, blah 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 blah. He's so stoked,
that's cool.
and
Yeah.
yeah, he has a blast. He's really excited on the. Obviously, the game night goes a little bit late, a little past his bedtime, so it's hard. I mean, we can't do it every week, but we've tried to kind of once a month make it like a treat for him and I to go to the store together.
Nice. That's awesome. That's pretty awesome. But again, like, yeah, Blood Red Skies, great game for getting younger gamers, an intro or taste into miniature gaming.
Oh yeah.
It's like relatively cheap to get into. All you need is that main box set, and you can play right out of it, and then you can expand on it later, right? But
here's the big thing too. Not only is it a low model count, what's your terrain?
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
Right? It's
Go get some cotton.
so yeah.
Here's some clouds.
Literally, I have like 8 of those friggin' uh, what do you call it? Paper ocean mats from all the various sea
Oh yeah,
games that
that's
I
right.
play. So I took one of those paper mats and I glued it down to a piece of Bristol board,
Hmm.
and I just have that, and we pop it up on our kitchen table because my game table was pretty much covered with scenery and stuff for bolt action. So so I just pop that on top of our kitchen table. It's perfect size, and we can just play there, easy peasy. We don't need. So if you're don't have a whole crap load of scenery, it doesn't matter. A
Yeah.
blue tablecloth on your kitchen counter or a green tablecloth or works fine. Or a white tablecloth. You're playing above the clouds. I don't know.
Yeah, no, overall, it's a good game. Just for playing it that first time. Again, did really enjoy it and definitely want to play more of it. I mean, we both had a blast playing, right? So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to get a little bit more and to see actually what like some of the missions are in the game. Um,
Yeah.
I know they had some tokens of like some bombers or something that you had to escort or where, and even to check out the other book that I had bought a while ago and totally forgot I had.
Yeah, I have Red Claw bringing me in one, so I have to wait.
Sweet, sweet.
But yeah, it'll be exciting, and I feel that there is a Battle of France campaign
Mm.
in our future with our pilots. I think that would be fun to try to do.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the testing the waters right there. Like playing just yourself and me as an example of a little campaign and see how it goes and see what's all involved with it, and then you can end up bringing that out, having changing up the events throughout the months in the year, kind of thing, right? And
Yeah.
it brings more variety to the community because like I consider it all bolt action pretty much, right?
Yeah,
All
pretty
World War
much.
II, like it's all involved, right? When you bust out Victory at Seas, there's guys that come out to play Victory at Seas because they play bolt action, they love that stuff, you know. So again, Blood Red Skies is another simple quick game to get in there and to get exposure, which is great. And eventually I think there will be a few more people that kind of look into it and play it and try it out, and be nice to eventually, if it gets running pretty good, you can have little events, right? And tournaments and stuff like that, and just people having fun. So um, good in my books, that's for sure. But I'm also a miniature nut, hobby nut, so you know me. I have
Yeah, it's probably
everything.
faster to list the games you don't have than
Yeah, I can agree with that 100%.
yeah.
100%. Take that backdrop down and you'll see a big pile back there, but so but that's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll see more of that stuff coming out. You know what? I haven't even actually looked at their webpage of what they have, and I'm pretty sure they actually have a fair bit for Blood Red Skies, considering it's been out for a while, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. But, and maybe this is the perfect time for us to have stumbled onto it because there
mhm.
has been time for all the product to get, or a bunch of the product to get released, and the Airstrike rules out, and
Oh, for
now
sure.
there's 2 starter sets.
Yeah, yeah, because I think they just pretty much kind of revised it a bit, right? So
Yeah, well, they did the Midway, the Pacific
yeah,
Theater, with Japanese and Americans,
yeah,
bunch of ship tokens, and
I'll have to, I'll have to reach out to them and see maybe they send a box set of that out for the store. Um, just get a demo set done up and bust it out. So that'd be pretty cool. Another
sweet.
quick game. But yeah, hopefully see more of it coming out. It'll be good times with the combined arms. So again, perfect timing in a sense. We get to try it out now and play it and learn it. And then as time goes forward, hopefully to see a lot more stuff come out for it and product, and even finding other groups like Jason did that have expanded on it. And I think we'll probably, after playing it for a little bit, I think we should probably try a larger game with a couple of squadrons or something.
Yeah.
See how
why
that plays out. Because, like, the distance thing between the fighters, like, we were engaged pretty quick, right? In our game. So, I mean, if we were playing on a larger board and, maybe the flights would be going after each other kind of thing and engaging each other at a different, area. But who knows how it can go. You might just force yourself on one side against the opponent,
Yeah.
So, it'd be pretty cool.
Curious to see.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely would be. But hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know there was kind of a lot of info in it, but we always like to kind of update, on what's going on, what's out there, what's happening, events, all that stuff. And then, of course, sometimes we'll mix it up and bring in, a new game within the World War II realm of bolt action. And don't forget, check out our Facebook page. Of course, you're either listening to this on whatever device or streaming or whichever, Podbean, that kind of thing. Also check out our Instagram. We usually have lots of pictures. I'll be posting actually these pictures of the French fighters that Jason done up for me. So I'll take some nice pictures of those and show them off. Share it to a couple of the pages, And yeah, we'll go from there. So again, if you like what you heard, don't forget, message us, give us a text, just on the Facebook page, Instagram, whatever you want. If there's something you want to hear about or talk about, or if you like it or if you don't like it, please let us know. We always look at the comments and try to respond pretty quickly with them. And again, we also appreciate everybody, checking us out, listening, and even just feedback. So, but again, Jason, thanks again. Always a pleasure.
No worries. It was fun.
So, and I guess we will see you soon, considering it'll be gaming night when this episode releases. So we'll hopefully see you on the battlefield.
See you in the future.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, take care and roll those dice, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Trident Wargaming. Build it, paint it, play it.